Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today what I'm going to be doing is sharing book one of my travel albums that I have going. If you've watched me before, you know I don't scrap in chronological order, but I store my layouts in chronological order. And right now I've got several projects that are going. I have a wedding album for my daughter who got married 6 years ago, so it's still in progress. I have this South Dakota trip that was from 2012, I believe. And then I have a North Carolina trip, and then I worked as a flight attendant, and so I have a lot of international albums that I've been working on. So I kind of want to get a couple of my projects kind of organized this month, and so basically what I'm doing is hybrid scrapbooking, and that's doing a mix of 12 by 12 layouts along with pocket page layouts. So I thought it'd be fun this month to try and fill in some of the blanks and get some of the events from our trips finished. I don't know how far we'll get, but I thought I would start out this month with an album share so that you can see this is just album 1 of 2 for South Dakota, just so you can get an idea of what my albums look like. And again, everything's going to kind of be rearranged just so that it all fits in with the, once it's all complete, I will put it in chronological order. It's kind of there already, but I may shuffle things around just so that it is the whole album when it's finished will be the start of my trip to the end of my trip. So so that we don't keep going, I'm just going to kind of do a quick layout share. Now, hopefully there's not too much of a glare since these are in the page protectors. I tried to check and make sure. I'm thinking you've got a little bit, but hopefully, let me see if I can turn this one a little. We'll see. You're going to get a little bit, but I'll try and maybe I'll stand up and try and maneuver a little bit. So anyways, it started out, my albums, this one starts out with Mitchell and the Corn Palace. And this was the first trip that my husband and I took where we didn't have our kids. And it was really funny because having 3 kids, you can't always afford to go to everything that's, you know, a tourist attraction. Well, driving from Illinois to South Dakota, you see all these billboards for everything. And so we became the typical tourists, and we stopped at every single touristy attraction that we could find, and we had a blast. And so this is, you're going to see a lot of the hokey tourist places. So the first stop was, again, Mitchell Corn Palace. And this was a gymnasium that this town, in order to attract people to come, they would take all their harvest things and they'd use it and decorate the building. Well, they still do it to this day. So everything that's on here is like a corn husk or different natural materials that they harvest, and it was to show people that were coming through the area what a great place it would be to settle and actually raise crops. So this year they were doing Olympics, and so these are all pictures of that. So long story short, hopefully you can see. And here's the next one. And as you can see, I did a lot of 12 by 12s, and I tried to do like the 12 by 12 were pictures that had me and my husband in them. And then when it came to like all the extras that I didn't want to throw away and still show details of wherever we were at, those I put in the pocket pages. So here is pocket pages for Mitchell. And pretty much the Corn Palace, those photos are all done. And this is how I want the whole book to be. And then as you drove on, we went through the Badlands. Those I haven't scrapbooked yet, so I have a blank place in here to put the Badlands in. And when you get out of the Badlands, the first place you come to is Wall Drugs, which is like a giant souvenir stand. And again, coming from Illinois, the whole drive up, all you see is billboards for the Wall Drugs. So I have some a layout showing the outside, and then this is just some of the inside of the building. And again, pictures with my husband in there. And that was pretty much it. And I believe Wall Drugs is done. From there, we went and gave our car a rest. And actually, this may have been before Wall Drugs and that. So this may be shifted. But this is the 1880s town. And we had stopped here to get, it was 100 degrees out that day. So we had gone and stopped just to let our car cool off a little bit. So we went through this 1880s town. So I have pictures of that. And we ate at the cafe. So I have pictures of that. And then again, this is just all pictures from within. And they had gone and they have a museum here. And they did the filming of Dances with Wolves. And so in their barn museum area, they have all the stage props from Dances with Wolves. So I have a lot of pictures of that around the town and more in the museum. And this would be one of those events that I still have pictures to scrapbook, and also ones that I want to put in a pocket page. So that will be something I want to do this month. Then we stayed here at the Rushmore Express, which was right at the in Keystone, right at the base of the hill below Mount Rushmore. So I have just pictures of like the hotel. And then we had gone in, walked into town, and some guy was doing chainsaw art. So I have the photos of him doing the chainsaw stuff. And here's just more of the chainsaw art. Sorry about the glare. One night we went and played Goofy Golf. So I just have a page about Goofy Golf. Here is a layout of downtown Keystone where we had gone and got ice cream. I do have more photos of downtown Keystone, so those will go in here. And again, I will do maybe another layout of the main street and then fill it in with the pocket pages. Here we went, spent a day, we went on Lookout Mountain. It's Lookout Mountain Road, which is this windy road that goes up or down. And they've got cutouts in the mountain where you can look through and you can actually see Mount Rushmore. So these are just photos of us looking at Mount Rushmore. And this is Norbeck Overlook, and it's the national park there. So, and again, I have a lot of extra photos. So this will be one that I will want to go and finish off with pocket pages. And then this is, and then I left space for that to go in here. This is when we were at Mount Rushmore and we're outside and we ran into my husband's cousin's husband, which was very odd that you go all the way up to Mount Rushmore only to find family. So we took pictures with them and made fun of how he was parked. And then this is just some of the layouts of Mount Rushmore. Now we had gone to Mount Rushmore both during the day and at night for the night lighting. So I have a lot of photos of that. And again, probably more than I need a scrapbook, but you don't want to necessarily get rid of. So I will need to fill in with pocket pages for Mount Rushmore. We also went to Crazy Horse. And so these are just photos of us at Crazy Horse and inside their museum. And there's more here. And more here. And more here. And as you can see, I've got pocket pages done for Crazy Horse. And I'm pretty sure I'm done with Crazy Horse because of these. And then what I'll probably do is any of my leftover pictures that I have that I'm not going to put in here, I want to get rid of. I'm trying to clean out my room, and I've realized that the photos that I have are so unorganized right now, and that's part of my mess. So that is the end of album 1, and that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm looking to do for the next month or so. And I hope this would be of interest for people and how you can put a vacation album together. And hopefully, if I concentrate on it, I can actually make a dent in getting some of this finished. And then I'll do the same thing with my North Carolina album. Because again, the albums themselves, I'm already at like 2 albums each. It's just a matter of now going back in and filling in the blanks and trying to get it finished off and get rid of what I don't need, any of the extra photos, and again make sure that everything on the trip is in chronological order, so I can flip through and see how we traveled on the way up and how we traveled on the way back and where we went to visit. So leave me comments below if you have any suggestions or you want see something along this project. I'm thinking this is going to go for the whole month, and it will be off and on throughout the month. The other thing I want to do this month is a lot of people have done COVID albums, and I don't necessarily want to do COVID per se, as far as like, this has been an odd time and it's not something I want to celebrate, but I think it's something that we'll want to remember and other generations will want to remember. So I'm not going to do a big album of it, but my mom gave me for my birthday in July this Canon Ivy, and it's kind of cool, and it does the little tiny, I won't show that one because it's me and it's stupid, but it does little tiny photos. Here, let me get that in. So like, this is my grandson, and they're sticker backed. So what I want to do is I have several little traveler notebooks, and I thought I could go ahead and do one of them and make it into just a COVID, because to me that's more than enough to remember. So I have like something like, well, this is a calendar one, but let me see here. Oops. It's on the side here, so I'm knocking everything down. So I just have this that I got from Freckle Fawn, and so I haven't even used it yet. I really wanted to use it for like a real vacation kind of mini album, but I think what I'm going to do is use one of the inserts and just kind of document what's happened in the last year. I think that's more than enough for celebrating, as you would say, or documenting this crazy year that we've had so far, and without like having it be the main focus, because I'm trying to stay focused on positive, happy stuff, like the fact that I think this year the negatives are we've been trapped in our homes. The positive is I think people are reconnecting with their families more because they're at home. So it's kind of like what I want to show, like some of the things that have occurred and what's going on and how our lives have changed, but try and focus on some of the positive stuff as well. So that's going to come this month, and probably a few other layouts in between, because again, I don't want to get burned out on just doing this. But I think if I do, try and make a dent in it, it will help. So anyways, sorry to ramble, and we will catch you in a couple days. I've been trying to videotape while I'm off work for the next couple days to try and get ahead of schedule, so that you don't see any lapse in my channel and you get some videos this month. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Please hit the subscribe button down below. Give me a like so others know that you enjoyed this, and come on back and we'll see where this project takes us. Thanks.